What's good, everyone? It's MJO23Dan back with another video. Today's video we're going to be doing a comparison between three versions of the Air Jordan 11 Cool Gray. We got the 2001 Air Jordan 11 Cool Gray, then we get the 2010 and the 2021. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned. Alright, so the comparison. This is cool. A lot of you guys come here for comparison reviews on older Air Jordans, newer Air Jordans. If you guys are interested or you're brand new here, that's all I'm about. And, consider subscribing. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So the 2001 Air Jordan 11 is the first time that Jordan wore pretty much a brand new colorway for I guess his Washington Wizards days, or his days as an NBA player. But this started probably around the 2002 season as a Washington Wizard. Michael Jordan was wearing a bunch of retros, more of his signature models, and of course the Air Jordan 11 Cool Gray. So this one, you can see like it's aged pretty well over time. A lot of people like that lemonade look of the sole, or the oxidized look of the sole. And then, Jordan Brand had done a retooling or a reshaping of the shoe from the originals from back from 1995-96. So you'll get a little bit lower of a patent leather cut of this shoe as compared to like the OG style, which was brought back for the 2021. But, here we go with the 2001. And then you also notice the boxes here right behind me with the face boxes. The retro style of all the Air Jordans came in this face box. It also came with a retro card, as I showed you guys in a previous video. Then in the 2010s, you get the pull-out style box, which has the 23 debossed on the box, and then plastic covers. This was such a pain just to get out. And on the top here, Tinker made them shine. In the middle, Mike made them fly. On the bottom, you made them iconic. So very cool boxes, I would say, first and foremost. But just the hassle of getting the shoes out of there is just too many loops to hop through, you know what I mean? And then for the newer style, the 2021, we get a throwback to the original style look of the 1995-96 OG boxes. Moving on from 2001, I want to thank my good homie Air Butchy Photography. I've known Butch for some time. You guys might have remembered my Air Jordan 4 Black Cat 4 comparison, and he actually helped supply that pair, his personal pair. And then on this one, he did the same thing. So shout out to you if you guys are looking for a photographer in the Southern California area. Check out Butch, and I'll link his information down below. But I appreciate you, homie. Thanks for allowing me to borrow this so that we can do this comparison today. But 2010 has a much lower cut of the patent leather, probably the lowest of all three versions of the Air Jordan 11 Cool Gray. And then you see the oxidized look on the sole there, but it is only around the traction pods of that herringbone traction, which is pretty crazy. I'm not sure what Jordan Brand was doing at this time. It was, probably an oops. The glue may have had some sort of reaction to the rubber there, and that's what it's been doing ever since. This was also present on the, I believe, the 2009 Space Jams, as well as the 2011 Concords. That oxidized sole right on the traction pods is not a great look, but I guess it's one of those, you know, markers that you can say, hey, if you're looking for a 2010 Cool Gray 11, you know, you got to look out for that. But yeah, all three versions here have the medium gray look of the shoe, and this is the darker version of all three. I don't have the lows because I'm not considering the lows as part of this comparison, even though, you know, some people may want it, but I'm not going to bring it to you because I don't have the shoe. Blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I think, you know, looking at the mids all throughout these three versions is something that is, you know, we need to take a look at. 2021 has the OG style cut of the Air Jordan 11. It's got the higher patent leather because, you know, patent leather is always a popular discussion when it comes to, you know, heights of the cut here of an Air Jordan 11. Question for you guys. The Air Jordan 11 comes out every single holiday. I know I posed this question on other videos that I've done, but do you think that the Jordan 11 should change for holiday, or like should holiday change to a different model perhaps instead of the Air Jordan 11? I know the Air Jordan 11 is like one of Michael Jordan's favorite models to rock with, and it's always a shoe that's going to sell out regardless. People look out for their Air Jordan 11s come holiday season, but you know, previous holiday seasons, you know, before they started doing the 11s, I believe regularly starting since 2008, you know, we've had different versions like the Air Jordan 13 black and reds, or like the infrared 6s. Those are just some of the ones that come to mind when it comes to holiday drops from years past. But yeah, let me know, what do you think should be the Jordan that takes over should the 11 not release during holiday season? I would say that the Air Jordan 1 is a great candidate for, you know, something that we look forward to. The bread patent leather ones are coming out supposedly on the 30th of December, and so, you know, a lot of people are looking out for that one. So maybe it's Jordan Brand's way of kind of gauging to see, like, you know, what if we did introduce a Jordan 1 around this time? Like, would it be a better seller between, you know, the Jordan 11 and that? But we all know they make a slew amount of these every year. So, you know, we've had multiple shock drops, plenty of opportunities for other boutiques and Nike to release them early and whatnot. So, you know, the Jordan 11 is just a popular money-making shoe. But anyways, let's go ahead and get under the lights and compare all three versions. Let's go. So let's get started with the three versions of the boxes here. We have the Jordan Face box from the early 2000s. A lot of people are pretty much yearning for this style to come back. All right, the Air Jordan 11 Retro in medium gray, white, and cool gray. Style number is 136046 and color code 011. The shoes came with a retro card, and it shows Mike in the Concord 11s suspended in air. On the back there you have up to the Air Jordan 15, and then just a little blurb about the original style Air Jordan 11s right up there up top. Alright, coming into the Air Jordan 11 Cool Gray, we have the pull-out style box with the 23 up at the top. This is the same that's on the heel of the shoe. And then on the tongue of the shoe you have the Jordan Jumpman at the bottom. Alright, on the label we have the Air Jordan 11 Retro in medium gray, white, and cool gray. Style number is 378037 and color code 001. So different styles between the 2001 and the 2010 in terms of style number and look of the shoe, shape of the shoe, stuff like that. That's what you're going to find there. And then the color codes there are different. Now, even though we may go ahead and put the shoes side by side, the shoes are going to have different shades of gray. And that color code is something to take notice of whenever you look at these box labels and stuff. So as far as this version of the shoe, we have a tab down below. You need to unhook. And then it's a pull-out style box, so it means you got to pull that box out. On the top there it says Tinker made them shine. In the middle it says Mike made them fly. On the bottom, you made them iconic. So plastic cover here, and then you get the carbon fiber style paper. That's about that. So here's the big hassle with it. You gotta put the cover on, put this back in, fit it in. It's like a Lego piece. It farts a little bit. So glad they're done with those. This was a great box, however, though, but we need something easier. Get the shoes out, and that's what they did here with the retro style box of the OGs with the Air Jordan and the Jumpman branding at the top of the lid, as you guys have seen on the previous review that I'd done. And then the label here, Air Jordan 11 Retro in medium gray, multicolor, multi. Style number is CT8012 and color code 005. Alright, and then in here we just get the black tissue paper. Simple, just like the olden days, and pretty easy to get the shoes right out when you need them. So those are the boxes. Let's go ahead and check out the shoes. Alright, so we get 2021 right there, 2010 right there, and 2001 right there. So 3 different versions of the Cool Gray now, between the 20-year existence of the Cool Gray 11. And, you know, just off the bat, you guys notice, I'll give you guys, you know, a second to take a look at some of the, you know, differences, similarities, what's changed over the years. Definitely the cut, the materials, the color. Every single retro is going to be different from its previous. As I said earlier in the video, you'll notice the heavy oxidation on the sole of the 2001. You got the medium gray upper, and then the white laces. Same with the 2010. White laces, and the 2021 with the darker upper, white laces. None of them had extra laces that came with them. White laces was the traditional look for this. I'd say the look that they're going there was to match the laces with the midsoles, but it would have been also interesting to see if they would carry with the gray laces. I know they did like a leather upper version of the shoe, but I think patent leather on an Air Jordan 11 just something iconic about it. So 2001 features that oxidized sole, carbon fiber look, checkerboard style. Upper is a gray nubuck. Jumpman Jordan on the tongue. White laces. The patent leather is a bit oxidized, so you'll see it's a little bit more of that vintage look as compared to the 2010 and 2021. 23 on the back is screen printed. This is my favorite version of the Air Jordan 11s with that screen print feel and look. The patch behind the tongue here of the Air Jordan 11 2001 is black and gray font with a gray Jumpman. Alright, so when it comes to patent leather heights, we need to talk about some specific areas that I did the measurements with. I'm going to be very meticulous with this because a lot of people have had questions regarding the patent leather heights of all 3 of these versions. And all 3 are, you know, some areas are similar, but a lot of it is different. So the easiest part right here is going to be at this seam at the heel. And then we're going to be going toward the split of the Jumpman, so just below his split. Then at the 3rd strap here, there's a cutting die nick. At this 3rd strap here, we're going to be measuring that part. Then over here by the pinky toe, then the length from that cutting die nick to the part where it touches the rubber. And then on the medial side, that seam right there. And then also the third strap, that cutting die nick right down there. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Maybe I can do this so you guys can see the differences here, and I'll zoom in. Alright, so you can see, you guys can tell the different versions. 2001, in the middle is 2010, over here is 2021. So the heel, the lengths here are going to be in inches. The 2001 at the heel is 1 inch. The 2010 is going to have a 1/2 inch length. And the 2021 is going to be 1 1/4 inches. So again, you'll have the higher patent leather cut of the 2021, then follows the 2001, then the 2010 at the smallest. Alright, so just below the Jumpman there, we have the 2001 and the 2021 at the same length of 2 inches, while the 2010 has a 1.5 inch length. Coming up at the third strap here, at that cutting die nick, as I pointed out, the 2001 is going to have a 1 inch length. The 2010, 1 inch as well. The 2021, 1 1/4 inches. Pinky toe area. This is going to be 0.75 or 3/4 of an inch. 2010 is also going to have the same thing. And 2021, you're going to get about 1 inch. And so at the toe of the 2001, we're going to get a 2.5 inch length. The 2010, same thing. And surprisingly, for the 2021, you have the same thing. So the length from pretty much the vamp of the shoe down towards the rubber, 2.25 inches. Flipping into the medial side of the shoes, at that seam, the 2001 is 1.25 inches. 2010 is only 1 inch. And the 2021 is 1.5 inches. And then finally the third strap, or at that cutting die nick on each of the shoes there. 2001 is going to have 1.25 inches. 2010, this is going to be 1 inch. And 2021, 1.5 inches. Alright, something to take note here, since I'm reviewing the left shoes, you'll notice that the Jumpman is facing the rear. And on the right shoe of the 2010, the Jumpman faces the toe. At some point, DMP 11, the Jumpman started to be flipped on Air Jordan 11s. So you'll notice on left shoes, they started facing towards the rear of the shoe. Then for the last few models, they started making the OG cuts, and the Jumpman started facing towards the toe, which is supposed to be the way that it should look. You'll notice with 2010 and 2021, even though they face different directions, they're actually the same embroidery that's being shared there. So you'll see the ass crack in both of them, whereas in 2021 they eliminated that. The 23 on back is heat pressed. It's a little bit more raised than the 2021, and this one cracks a lot more. Sometimes they even fade and you can't even see it anymore if you wear it over time. On the back of the shoe, the patch behind the tongue is black and gray with a copper Jumpman. This also came with a silver shoe tree. Now I know people were wondering why the 2021 didn't have that version. I guess you know the answer now is because they came in 2010. We can't have it all, guys. But there it is, a silver shoe tree with the Jumpman on the top. Then you can see with the 2010, the oxidation going on around the traction pods. There's also like this white film that's starting to come up on the rubber. Not sure exactly what that is. These are DS. Also, the checkerboard pattern of the carbon fiber is a little bit more square versus the 2001 and 2021. A little bit more rounded. Alright, 2021, you guys have seen the review here.
I think they did a phenomenal job with it overall. You'll see the 23 on back, heat press. There's a little bit more real estate. So if it looks like that 23 is a little bit more pancakey look, squished down, it's because there's a lot more real estate here, but the measurements there are all the same across all the Jumpmans, except for maybe this one's a little bit wider just because there's a little bit more real estate regarding this lining here, but that's about it. There's the look of the Jumpman there. And then again, like I said, you know, a darker upper on that 2021. So here's the bird's eye view if you guys want to take a look at that. I also have all three versions of the insoles here: 2001, 2010, and 2021. Notice the different colors in the insoles. The first two, 2001 and 2010, have this carpet look. It's got the carpet feel, while the 2021 doesn't have that. 2001, 2021 have the polyurethane style look onto it. 2001 is a little bit more squishy, while the 2010 is an ortholite insole. So it's a little bit more stiff as compared to the 2001 and 2021. Here's a close-up look at all three of the Jumpmans on the bottom. And then interesting to note, if I can get in there, is that the 2010 and the 2021 have a foam-based strobo board, while the 2001 doesn't.
Alright guys, so that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for staying tuned with everything that I do here for this channel. If you guys are not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, MJO23Dan. Also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you guys want to keep up with me there on social. And let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the comparison. You know, I really appreciate you guys for coming through. 2001, again, Air Butchie, thank you again. 2010, and the 2021. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.